grateful with all We are grateful with all the support that has been given by the Siamia Secretariat, all the Siamia centers in the country and also in the region, our respective partner, and also from the Indonesian Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology. We are grateful with all the support from our partner, and we are hoping that today is a milestone, another milestone for us to continue working together in the field of early childhood education, care, and also parenting. So I would like once again to welcome everyone of you. Thank you for coming, and I hope today we are going to have another fruitful discussion to, as I mentioned before, remind ourselves the need to establish the link between early childhood education, care, parenting, and also the global development. So once again, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Dr. Lina, for your welcome remarks.
Terus selanjutnya adalah sambutan sekaligus juga membuka acara webinar internasional dalam rangka Hari Ulang Tahun Ceccep kelima yang akan disampaikan oleh Sekretaris Jenderal Kementerian Pendidikan dan Kebudayaan, Riset dan Teknologi, diwakili oleh Bapak Insinyur Haris PhD. Untuk Bapak, saya coba cek dulu soundnya. Alhamdulillah. Siap Bapak, waktu dan tempat disilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya. And a very good morning to all of us. The Honorable Director of Simeo Secretariat, the Director of Simeo Ceccep, all the governing board members of the respected South Asian countries, and all speakers, Dr. Kritsachai Somsaman, Professor Dr. Sophia Hartati, and all the webinar participants, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, of course, let us continue to celebrate the innocent and the joy of Happy Children's Day in Indonesia, which is yesterday. We wish you all the best, and we have a safer and a better place to all the little ones in Indonesia and South Asia and also the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let us praise and thanks God for the Almighty. Because of His mercy and grace, we can attend the opening ceremony of the International Webinar on Early Childhood Care Education and Sustainable Development Goals. On the behalf of the Ministry of Education and Culture, Research and Technology, Republic of Indonesia, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all distinguished international speakers and participants from all countries who are attending these seminars. My great pleasure to welcome you all to this event. Ladies and gentlemen, early child development is included in Sustainable Development Goals, the number 4.2, which say to ensure that all girls and boys have access to quality early childhood development and pre-primary education so that they are ready for primary education. See, the providing quality care and education during early childhood allow us to improve the development of our children's personalities. Hence, early childhood education is the first cornerstone of the individual comprehensive development in education system. Developing brain system needs multiple inputs: health, nutrition, education, care, protection, and of course all welfares. By incorporating these multiple inputs into early childhood development effort, we can provide the quality development of our young children. The establishment of the Simeo Ceccep is expected to have find the best model that can be used as a common reference for the fulfillment of children's rights according to CMIO SDG Goal 4.2. The CMIO Ceccep would carry out the mandate for CMIO first priority on universal education and parenting, and finding models on best practices of early childhood and family education, and finding the best model to solve the challenge and to fulfill the expectation of the all CMIO member countries. And this point, I would like to congratulate to CMIO Ceccep for all achievements in the past 5 years. Happy birthday, Ceccep. We wish you all the best. At this age, CMIO Ceccep is now ready for quality pre-primary education. Thanks God for early childhood education, and for now is now a mandatory program in all CMIO countries and also all over the world. So CMIO Ceccep can take this opportunity to lead in ECCE and parenting programs and studies in all South Asian countries and also the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to close this short remark by saying, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allow me to announce that the international webinar on CMIO Ceccep, the 5th anniversary early childhood care education and sustainable development goals, is now officially open. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Santi 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 Om. Have a productive webinar and very thank you.
Terima kasih banyak Pak Haris yang sudah membuka acara ini secara resmi. Begitu. Berikutnya adalah untuk yang hadir secara luring, kita ada sesi foto bersama. Begitu. Tetapi posisinya silakan saja duduk di tempat masing-masing. Nanti tim dokumentasi akan memfoto dari depan. Silakan.
For those who are joined online, please join our group photo. Please stay with your best smile. On my count, we are going to screen the screen. On my count. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. We are going to have several slides. Please behold. Oh, just one slide. Okay, thank you.
Oke, sudah sama-sama. Oke, alhamdulillah.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are celebrating our 5th anniversary. We will present CMIO Ceccep congratulatory message. Please enjoy.
Warmest greetings from CMIO Secretariat here in Bangkok, Thailand. We congratulate you, CMIO Regional Center for Early Childhood Care, Education and Parenting, CMIO Ceccep, as you celebrate your 5th year anniversary. CMIO Ceccep has been excellently upholding its vision and mission to provide support to the region through programs and advocacies, ensuring that our children and their parents get the best support in the most crucial stage of the child's early stage of development. As you open a new year, we hope that you continue to forge new alliances, more innovative pathways for early childhood care education and parenting in Southeast Asia and even beyond. We look forward to more fruitful collaboration and trailblazing inter-center collaborative programs on ECC. It's the best way to achieve our common goal. Once again, congratulations and warm wishes to Simeo Ceccep family and partners on your 5th anniversary. Terima kasih.
Selamat ulang tahun yang kelima untuk Simeo Ceccep. Semoga semakin berperan dalam upaya peningkatan kualitas sumber daya manusia Indonesia melalui berbagai kebijakan yang diusung untuk membangun pendidikan usia dini dan pendidikan keluarga.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. On behalf of ECE Unit Darussalam, allow me to congratulate Simeo Ceccep, the director and everyone who are working in Simeo Ceccep Bandung, Indonesia for the wonderful journey and achievement for the last 5 years. We at ECE Unit Darussalam are looking forward to have future collaboration with you. Hopefully your center will reach new heights and success in the coming days. Tahniah and selamat ulang tahun kelima Simeo Ceccep.
Kehadiran Simeo Ceccep memiliki peranan penting dalam peningkatan kualitas pendidikan anak usia dini dan pendidikan keluarga, sehingga kelak dapat menciptakan sumber daya manusia yang unggul di masa depan. Tukang tahu bulat namanya Asep, jualannya di Pasar Jaya. Selamat ulang tahun Simeo Ceccep, semoga semakin berkualitas pelayanannya.
Happy anniversary Simeo Ceccep. May you continue being the center of excellence in the field of early childhood care education and parenting in Indonesia and in Southeast Asia.
Kepala Balai Besar Penjaminan Mutu Pendidikan, Provinsi Jawa Barat, Kementerian Pendidikan, Kebudayaan, Riset, dan Teknologi. Izinkan saya mengucapkan selamat ulang tahun yang kelima kepada Simeo Ceccep. Semoga di usia yang kelima, Simeo Ceccep semakin mantap lagi melahirkan program-program kolaborasi dan kemitraan, mendampingi kami dalam meningkatkan kualitas pendidikan dimulai dari pelayanan berkualitas untuk anak usia dini dan kepada orang tua melalui program parenting. Semoga Simeo Ceccep dapat selalu memberikan inovasi-inovasi, gagasan-gagasan dan program-program yang dapat memberikan kontribusi dalam upaya kita mencerdaskan tunas-tunas bangsa, calon-calon generasi emas di masa yang akan datang. Memberikan layanan pendidikan yang semakin berkualitas, pendidikan yang inklusif, pendidikan untuk semua. Semoga upaya mempersiapkan Indonesia emas di 2024 semakin cepat dapat kita wujudkan. Terima kasih, selamat ulang tahun, sukses terus untuk Simeo Ceccep. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Greeting from Simeo Baytro. Happy 5th anniversary to Simeo Regional Center for Early Childhood Care Education and Parenting. May you have prosperous and successful year ahead. May you continue the practice the future in realizing your function for promoting and enhancing the quality of early childhood educational practice in Southeast Asia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Farida Yusuf, Ketua Umum Pengurus Pusat Ikatan Guru Taman Kanak-Kanak Indonesia PGRI, mengucapkan selamat ulang tahun CMO Ceccep yang kelima. Semoga tetap jaya dan sukses selalu. Kami bangga dengan CMO Ceccep yang nanti dapat dicontoh oleh semua PAUD yang ada di Indonesia. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Kia koutou and greetings from Aotearoa, New Zealand, from Auckland. It's my great pleasure to send my warm wishes and to your 5th anniversary, to amazing Simio Ceccep, and under the leadership of Professor Bina Adriani, it's my great pleasure and privilege to be contributing, to be part of your journey, and hoping for another 5 years of a great research, capacity building and advocacy for behalf of children, families, teachers and everybody involved with young children. All the best. Terima kasih.
Selamat ulang tahun yang kelima untuk CMO Ceccep. Artinya sudah 5 tahun kiprah CMO Ceccep telah mendorong peningkatan kualitas pendidikan anak usia dini dan parenting. Semoga ke depan program-program CMO Ceccep semakin bertambah luas jangkauannya dan semakin banyak inovasi yang didapat langsung dirasakan manfaatnya dalam peningkatan kualitas anak bangsa. Salam Merdeka Belajar.
Peran orang tua dalam mendidik anak merupakan kunci utama bagi tumbuh kembang mereka dalam menghadapi dunia. Oleh karena itu, CMO Ceccep menjadi sarana yang tepat untuk mendukung orang tua dalam mendidik anak sejak dini. Selamat ulang tahun CMO Ceccep. Teruslah berkarya membangun generasi.
So we are going to play the last part. So we are warm message from our stakeholders. Is it ready?
Dear colleagues at the Centre for Early Childhood Care, Education and Parenting, congratulations on your 5th anniversary and all your achievements from all of us here at the Early Childhood Research Centre at Dublin City University. All good wishes from us. We look forward to more fruitful collaboration in years to come. Happy birthday.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Saya di PLT Kepala Dinas Pendidikan dan Kebudayaan Kabupaten Ogan Ilir, atas nama pemerintah Kabupaten Ogan Ilir Provinsi Sumatera Selatan mengucapkan selamat ulang tahun yang kelima untuk CMO Ceccep. Semoga kerjasama dan kemitraan yang sudah terjalin selama ini dapat terus terjalin dan membawa dampak kemajuan bagi kita bersama. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih.
Happy 5th anniversary for CMO Ceccep. We hope CMO Ceccep has a delightful journey and outstanding achievement this year and in the future. Better education starts from successful parenting. Brighter generation depends on early childhood development. Happier family come from how we share our love each other. We hope CMO Ceccep can build the quality of nation through innovative learning, engaging children, parents, and family.
of Simeo Kita in language. It's our great pleasure to cordially congratulate Simeo Ceccep on your 5th anniversary.
We acknowledge the outstanding achievements of Simeo Ceccep over the past 5 years,
enhancing regional and global commitments to ensure the quality of early childhood education and parenting.
Happy 5th anniversary, Ceccep! Yeay!
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kepada seluruh manajemen dan staf Simeo Ceccep, kami mengucapkan selamat ulang tahun yang ke-5. Semoga Simeo Ceccep selalu terdepan dalam memberikan program-program yang berkualitas di bidang pendidikan dan pengasuhan anak usia dini, khususnya di Indonesia dan umumnya di Asia Tenggara. Selalulah menjadi yang terdepan dan memberikan inspirasi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
TK Bina Muda mengucapkan
Selamat ulang tahun Simeo Ceccep ke-5. Semoga sukses selalu.
Yes!
kami dari TK Marhas Kabupaten Bandung mengucapkan
Selamat hari ulang tahun Simeo Ceccep yang ke-5.
Semoga Simeo Ceccep dapat memberikan program kegiatan pembelajaran yang berkualitas bagi guru untuk diterapkan di sekolah, agar selevel dengan tingkat Asia Tenggara dan turut meningkatkan kualitas siswa.
Terima kasih.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat ulang tahun untuk Simeo Ceccep yang ke-5. Semoga semakin maju, berkembang, dan berperan aktif dalam mewujudkan pendidikan universal di Indonesia dan Asia Tenggara. Sebagai pusat kajian dan pengembangan pendidikan anak usia dini, Simeo Ceccep semoga dapat berkontribusi dalam meningkatkan kualitas pendidikan anak usia dini.
Oke, baik. Demikianlah video-video ucapan selamat. Terima kasih kami haturkan kepada pihak-pihak yang sudah menyampaikan videonya, doanya, begitu. Mudah-mudahan semua doa dan ucapan ini menjadi kepada kami, menjadi penyemangat bagi kami untuk bisa berkinerja lebih baik. Begitu. Baik Ibu dan Bapak sekalian hadirin, baik yang hadir secara luring maupun daring melalui Zoom, kali ini kita akan memasuki acara inti daripada Simeo Ceccep 5th Anniversary International Webinar dengan tema Early Childhood Care Education and Sustainable Development Goal, yang akan dimoderatori oleh Mr. Putih, Pak Putih, ya. Beliau nanti akan memoderatori dari dua narasumber yang alhamdulillah sudah hadir bersama kita di Zoom, begitu. Yang pertama adalah Dr. Ceccep dan Profesor Dr. Sofia Hartati MSI. Ya, nanti Pak Putih akan memimpin jalannya webinar ini. Izinkan kami untuk membacakan kurikulum vitae dari Pak Putih. Baik, nama Ibu Putih, MSc MA. Beliau lahir di Phnom Penh. Beliau orang Kamboja. April 1767. Beliau sekarang bertugas di Simeo Ceccep. Beliau sebagai Deputy Director for Program, begitu hingga saat ini. Beliau juga sudah pengalaman pernah menjabat juga di CMO Center yang ada di Indonesia di CMO begitu. Pak Putih, waktu dan tempat saya persilahkan.
Okay, very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Respective Senior Center Director, board member of Senior Ceccep, and other important stakeholders. Today we have two guest speakers for this international webinar. This international webinar conducted to celebrate the first Senior Ceccep anniversary of its establishment on 25th July 2017. The first speaker is Dr. Ceccep Saman. Dr. Ceccep is the Deputy Director for our Senior Secretariat in Bangkok. He managed the digital transformations of Senior Secretariat and strengthen the organization of its crisis response capability. And prior his position, he joined the Senior Secretariat. He is the Chief Officer at the Senior Asian Secretariat in Jakarta, Indonesia. He taking care of science, technology, and innovation development for the region. And he also was the Director of Science Media Divisions at National Science and Technology Development Agency in Bangkok, Thailand. He is also supporter to the STEM and medical education in Thailand, where he brought the world-renowned events, Maker Fair, and be hosted in Thailand from 2015 until 2020. Dr. Ceccep will present it on early childhood care education and sustainable development goals. And we have second one, Prof. Dr. Sophia Hatati, MSc. Prof. Dr. Sophia Hatati currently is a lecturer in the State University of Jakarta. Previous position, she is the head of the Department of Universitas Negeri Jakarta, 2020 and 2016 until now, interviewer for LPDP, Ministry of Finance and Indonesia. 2013-2021, Dean of Faculty of Education, Universitas Negeri Jakarta. 2011-2013, Vice Dean of the Faculty of Education, Universitas Negeri Jakarta. 2010 until now, she is Assessor Ban PT Divisi of Education, Culture, Research and Technology of Indonesia. 2007-2011, she is coordinator of ECCE teacher programs, Faculty of Education at Universitas Negeri Jakarta, and Professor Dr. Sophia Hatati has many publications, international publications, and we will invite Dr. Ceccep as the first speaker to present your presentation. Please, Dr. Ceccep, the forum is yours.
Thank you so much. Honorable Secretary General of the Ministry of Education and Culture, Research and Technology, Indonesia, and honorable delegates from the ministry, honorable board members, honorable Senior Ceccep Center Director, distinguished speaker and guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning from Senior Secretariat headquarters in Bangkok, Thailand. I'm very honored to be a part of this special event on the 5th anniversary celebration of Senior Ceccep, together with the important international webinar on early childhood care education and sustainable development goal today. On behalf of CIMO Secretariat Director, Dr. Ethel Agnes Pasco Valenzuela, and all of us from CIMO Secretariat here in Bangkok, Thailand, I wish to convey my warmest congratulations to CIMO Ceccep on this special occasion of the 5th anniversary. Well, since the theme of today's webinar is on early childhood care education and sustainable development goals, let me give everyone here a very brief information about CIMO, which should help you understand our roles in the education for the Southeast Asian region. Let me share my presentation. Okay, here we go. Okay. I hope you see my presentation well. Okay. Well, our CIMO as a regional intergovernmental organization established in 1965 among governments of Southeast Asian countries with the purpose to promote regional collaboration in education, in science, and in culture in the region. And we have 26 centers and networks that undertake training and research programs in various fields. We have 16 CIMO centers in covering multiple areas of education. We have 8 centers in variety of science disciplines. We have 2 centers working on culture. And well, CIMO Ceccep play a significant role in conducting research, advocacy, and capacity building in early childhood care education and parenting across the 11 member countries in Southeast Asia. Before we go further into Southeast Asia, let me briefly touch on the Sustainable Development Goal. As you already know, SDG 4 is about quality education, and the goal is to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunity for all. Within this SDG 4 on quality education, there are 10 targets covering broad area of educations from early childhood care and education, primary and secondary educations, technical, vocational, and higher education, and also include issues to make education inclusive and equitable. We can see that the other goals cover issues such as global citizenship, literacy and numeracy, inclusiveness, as well as quality improvement for teachers and educators. The goal which is specific to early childhood care and education is goal 4.2, which covers the issue of equal access to quality pre-primary education. When we look closer at this goal, we will see that the target is set to ensure that all girls and boys have access to quality early childhood development, care, and pre-primary education so that they are ready for primary education by 2030, which about 8 years from now. So the word all means 100% of girls and boys must have access to quality education for their early childhood. So are we ready for this target? Is it possible to reach this target within the remaining 8-year time period? Before we answer this question, we must look back at the history of development and the current status. Let's look back at the history prior to the occurrence of the COVID-19 pandemic. The light red in the graph represents the enrollment data in organized learning of students 1 year before primary school in the year 2010, which is 12 years back from today. And the dark red graph shows the enrollment data from 2019. So about 3 years back from today, and it's just a little before the occurrence of the COVID-19 pandemic. It can be seen that even though there are differences in all parts of the world, there is a good sign that the effort has been progressing significantly from the year 2010 to 2019. In Latin America and Caribbean, the enrollment was reached 96%. Australia and New Zealand was shifting from 58% to 88%. And Eastern and Southeast Asia was also reaching 88%. And the world average was shifting from 65% to 73% within about 10 years. There was a significant progress to this target. Early childhood care and education had been improving prior to the occurrence of the COVID-19 pandemic. So what happened next after COVID-19 pandemic came into picture? This graph shows the proportion of students 3 to 5 years of age across the globe who are on track of the development plan in 2021. The colors are sporadic. Not many parts of the world are kept on track after COVID-19 pandemic happened. So COVID-19 pandemic has caused some impact to the development of our children. Let's look at the data shown in this graph. Although this is a primary school student, it can reflect the same trend with early childhood care and education. Reading proficiency of the primary school student is shifted back since COVID-19 pandemic begins. From 54.5% in 2019, the reading proficiency of the primary school student has dropped to 45.3%. More than 100 million primary school students fail to achieve the suitable reading proficiency as they should be. And that is almost 10% drop in just 1 year. With this statistic, we can say that COVID-19 has wiped out 20 years of education gains. As we have seen earlier, the progress from 2010 to 2019, the data have shown that we are getting back beyond 2010. We have transported back 20 years of our history in the education development. This data is specifically to primary education. So what about ECCE? Last month, during the second Asia Pacific Regional Education Minister Conference in Bangkok, Thailand, the following status of ECCE was presented. Well, for the global indicator on children developmentally on track, only 2/3 of children between 3 to 5 years old are developmentally on track in Southeast Asia. That's good news. But globally, approximately 10.75 million educational students falling off track in the early development due to COVID-19 pandemic situation. Well, another indicator on participation in organized learning, there was increase in participation of children in Eastern Asia, where the gross enrollment increased from 79 to 88%. And Oceania, it's also from 71 to 76%. But despite this progress, participation rates vary across country in the region due to disparity, especially in terms of location and wealth. Also from this conference, the indicator on positive and stimulating home learning environment is shown that stimulating learning environment at home for young children is concerning, especially in terms of the availability of children's books and playthings for children at home, and also limited support service to providing integrated care for the young student. And for another thematic indicator on gross enrollment ratio for the ECCE, as per available data, children living in high-income country remain far more likely to be enrolled in pre-primary education than children living in low-income countries. So there are disparity on the whole spectrum in regionally and globally. And another thematic on the free and compulsory pre-primary education. Out of 46 Asian Pacific countries, only 18 countries provide free pre-primary education, of which 7 countries stipulate that the pre-primary education should be compulsory. So there are big gaps and a difference among countries on this issue. Well, in this conference, there's also recommendation, policy recommendation to the ministry, to the government, to each country, of what should be done to transform the learning of the early childhood education. We need to prioritize early childhood care and education as part of learning recovery effort. We need to make that very important, and providing at least 1 year of free and compulsory primary education for all. This is the compulsory 1 year. And setting a comprehensive multi-sectoral approach to EEC. It's not only with the Ministry of Education, but we need to connect to health and to our other sector as well. And we need to expand the access of ECCE to all children, especially children with disability and other marginalized groups. We also need to enhance working condition, status, and recognition and qualification of our teacher, the ECCE workforce, not all teachers, but all the workforce of the early childhood care education. And we need to increase and improve funding of the early childhood care education, and also need to develop data and monitoring of the progress of the ECCE. These are the recommendations provided last month in the meeting to the minister. So, well, that's in the term of the global aspect. Let's look closer to our region, in the CMO community. With this, I would like to show you 3 books that have very important information about the ECCE and the things that we are involving with. The first book is on CMO strategic plan. We have a new strategic plan to 2021 to 2030. And the second book is on the result of our study on the CPLM of the primary learning metric. It's similar to PISA that we have familiar with, but here we have conducted a special regional analysis of our students from 6 similar as the Southeast Asian country. And the third one is the teacher competence framework, which is very important and very for very specific to early childhood care and education. So let's look at each book. For the first one, that on the CMO strategic plan 2021 and 2030. This book shows that we, as the CMO family, has provided the 7 priority area for each focus, for each mission. 7 priority area for education, 7 priority area for science, and 7 priority areas for culture. And since we are in education, you can see that CMO has come up with 7 priority areas in education, and the first one is on achieving universal early childhood care and education. This is our first priority area of CMO family in terms of the education agenda.
Kalau udah bunyi kan ya, Mbak?
Well, so for this priority area, we look at the SDG, the target for SDG, which I mentioned earlier, and for CMO, we synchronize with the SDG as well. And we propose the indicator, which is in red on the last column of the presentation. The indicator that we would like to see for this priority area is the percentage of children participated in ECCE age 4 to the age of compulsory primary education should increase by at least 20%. So this is the indicator we would like to measure. And we also want to see member countries, our 11 member countries, have policy, solid policy on equity and access to early childhood care and education. For our flagship program, we have our centers who would conduct a project and program on different aspects of the different priority area. For the flagship program on the ECCE, we have 10 flagship programs roughly. The first one is parenting program effectiveness research. The second one is the survey. We want to have the data for primary education teachers. And we want English language course for kindergarten students. These are flagship program initiative from center that we would like to implement. We also want to have a behavioral modification for children with special needs, focus on children with special needs, adaptive physical education for children with special needs as well, and ECCE support for children with Down syndrome. Sexuality education for children with special needs, supporting children with cerebral palsy, and supporting children with autism spectrum disorder or ASD, and daily living skills for preschool children with ASD in Southeast Asia. These are 10 flagship programs that CMO Center is committed to conduct during this 2021-2030 in our new strategic program. So I mentioned 3 books, which I would like to introduce to you. The first one is our CMO strategic plan. And the second one is CPLM 2019. With this book, well, CPLM, it's basically the primary learning metric, which we measure learning from students across Southeast Asia. The important is the result of the analysis, which showing some certain direction and give us some insight on what has happened with our students in Southeast Asian region. Well, I picked some of the results, the analysis, and the insight that which is important to early childhood care and education. So the first one, look at on average, children who felt better and safe at school perform better than children who reported less positive feeling. So the important thing here is we need to make our children feel better and safe at school so they can perform better. The second one is children who have attended at least 1 year of preschool education consistently perform better than children who had not. This is the side, the data that support the importance of early childhood care and education. So the result of CPLM tells us the children who attend at least 1 year of ECCE perform better than children who have not. So we confirm the importance of at least 1 year of pre-primary education with the data that we have from CPLM. What else? From the insight from CPLM, higher level of parental engagement will associate with higher reading, writing, and mathematics score in children. So this insight point out to the parental engagement, the collaboration with the parents, the family, and the teacher in helping the student with the learning. So this emphasizes the importance of the collaboration, the involvement of parents in the development of the children. And the fourth one is teacher consider that lack of basic knowledge and lack of interest affect student learning in class. So that means we teachers are very important. The knowledge of the teacher are very important. The care of the teacher are very important to the children development. These are, it might look at like this is the common sense, but we have the solid data that confirm the insight, that confirm the issue that we have here. So the importance of family involvement, the importance of teacher and the knowledge of teacher, the care of the teacher are important to the student. The well-being of the student are very important. And early childhood care and education are very important to the development of the child. These are solid evidence-based, which we can support the policy that we have seen earlier of what we need to do to push forward the development of the children So in CPLM, after the insight, the analysis that we have, CPLM also provide recommendation for prioritize early learning in advantageous contexts. The first recommendation is we need to expand provision of at least 1 year of free pre-primary education to children, especially in advantaged community. So this is the compulsory 1 year of ECCE that must be needed and must be enforced in all the countries, especially for the disadvantaged children. The second recommendation is to ensure smooth transition to primary education and enrollment at the right age. The third recommendation, coming from the insight that we have earlier, support parental education and multi-sectoral early childhood development services. We need parental education. We need the involvement from multi-sector, including health, nutrition, water, sanitation, poverty alleviation mechanism. These are multi-sectoral involvement which is needed for early childhood care and education. The fourth one is support specialized training program for early year education. The insights show that teachers know that it's very important. So we need to have specialized training program to educate our teachers and our educators. The fifth one is provide adequate investment in early learning system, proportionate to investment in primary education. We need more investment for ECCE. We need more support in terms of funding for ECCE. This is a recommendation from the data that we have. And we also need to promote mother tongue-based multilingual education in the early grade of pre-primary. Mother tongue-based multilingual education is very important. And the student with speaking the mother tongue language and the language of the instruction can perform better as well. And we need to continue to make early learning priority during and after the COVID pandemic. We see the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, and we see that all the schools are closed. But now, as the pandemic is lessened, we need to come back and make the early learning a priority after this COVID-19 pandemic. We need to continue pre-primary service and protect the budgets. This recommendation came from the evidence that we collect using the CPLM, the primary learning metric, the data from 6 countries across Southeast Asia. And that recommendation is very solid and on the evidence base. Well, we have seen a lot of recommendation from the meeting, the conference last month, and the recommendation from the evidence that we have on CPLM. So there is another important thing. We talk about the develop teacher capacity. And this third book that I would like you to see, I would like you to study, to look at, it's the Early Childhood Care and Education Teacher Competency Framework for Southeast Asia. So this framework has history from the Asia Pacific Regional Policy Forum on Early Childhood Care and Education, the transformative power of early childhood on innovation for inclusivity and quality education that conducted during 19 to 21 July 2016 in Putrajaya, Malaysia, and we call that Putrajaya Declaration. Let's quickly look at the declaration before we look at the framework. In Putrajaya Declaration, there are 9 points, important points. So similarly, we can see that in Putrajaya Declaration, all the Ministry of Southeast Asia looking at we need at least 1 year of free and compulsory quality primary education, especially most disadvantaged and vulnerable children. So we can see the alignment of all the recommendations that come along together. And for the second point, it's need to be across the ministry. Like I mentioned earlier, in every, it's need to multi-sectoral. The third point is the professionalization of ECCE personnel, which will synchronize with all other recommendations as well. We need to develop our teachers. Our teachers are important to the children. We need to strengthen our teacher capacity. And then the fourth one is integrate ECCE program, supporting the family, the involvement of the parental education and parents in the education of the younger student. We need to first increase government investment and increase partnership as well. So, and we need to monitoring and evaluation system. We need to collect data and keep on monitoring the progress and use the data to come up with the recommendation. Just like the evidence that we have earlier, strengthen the collection and analysis and use of the data. And we also, that means that we need evidence-based advocacy. And the ninth point, which come up with the Putrajaya Declaration, is we need to develop a regional framework for SDG target 4.2, and that's the result of this declaration. Come up with the plan to create the teacher competency framework for early childhood care and education, which we will need to talk about later. And the teacher competency framework consists basically they are the competency which the teacher of ECCE should have and need to develop and strengthen their capacity. The framework consists of across the four domains. The first domain is on the content knowledge, pedagogic practice and assessment. The second domain on the learning environment, and the third domain on engagement and collaboration, and the fourth domain on the professional development. Well, in this four domain, there are 7 core or general competency, which cover the area of responsibility and supporting and the specific task knowledge that the early childhood care and education teacher should be able to perform or demonstrate to support each general competency. So let's look quickly at this teacher competency framework. As I say, that a 7 competency within the 4 domain. So the first one, it's on the green one on the graph. It's about content knowledge and pedagogical practice and assessment competency. We are supposed to recognize the different stage of child development, which will help us identify students who may be at risk or have special need. This is the need of the content knowledge. The practice and the assessment, we also need to know the context in which development occurs, the environment such as laws, policy, and standard, at least in our own country. The second one is on facilitate child development and learning. We're supposed to use knowledge of child development and learning to plan, to design, to implement our ECCE programs. We shall also recognize the importance of plays as part of learning and provide opportunities for play-based learning and development. We should be able to monitor, record, and reflect on each student's progress and development according to approved early learning development standards. And as a result, we shall be able to use assessment results to inform the design of future activities. These are the first two competency in the teacher competency framework. The third and the fourth is on learning environment. The third is on establish a nurturing, inclusive, and safe environment. We need to provide a safe and conducive learning environment that allows the children to feel nurtured, safe, and protected. We also need to consider socio-emotional and physical needs of all children in designing a suitable learning environment. And the fourth, it's on promote health, nutrition, safety, and protection. We need to ensure that children's health, nutrition, safety, and protection needs are addressed. We need to identify the available services in our community regarding health, nutrition, safety, and protection, and link our children with these services. We need to prepare our children to protect themselves from possible threats and dangers to their bodies and mind. We usually teach our children about road safety, stranger danger, and so on. So these are the important thing, important competency under the category of under the domain of the learning environment. And on the blue one, under the domain of engagement and collaboration. The competency is on the engage parents and family as partner in ECCE. We need to work with children's family and caregivers as our partner using open communication with appropriate strategy and technology. The important thing is to sustain the mutual trust and cooperation with the parent and family. And sixth is the network and collaborate with relevant stakeholders to promote ECCE. Apart from parents, we also need to work with a range of stakeholders concerning with general well-being of our students, such as our peers, daycare provider, primary school educators. We need to ensure that children are provided with smooth transition of developmentally appropriate support across different levels. And under the domain of professional development, the proficiency in this is to ensure continuous professional growth and professional development. We need to continuously improve ourselves, demonstrate pride in and commitment to our role as early childhood teacher. We need to improve our interpersonal skill, technological literacy, and leadership skill as well. Applying new knowledge, learning, and insights from professional development activities program we have learned in our learning plan. These are the teacher competency framework for ECCE. If you haven't read this book, I would recommend everyone to get the book and have it as a guidance for your own personal and professional development. So this, you can download the book from the QR code that I provide on the screen, and that, or you can search the Google for the teacher competency framework for Southeast Asia. I think these are the important thing that we need to keep as the very important document for our own development of early childhood care and education. Also, I think that's the time that I have, and I would like to conclude my presentation here. Once again, I wish to convey my warmest congratulations to Ceccep on the occasion of the 5th anniversary. I wish Ceccep a great success in your endeavor for the years to come. Thank you so much, and terima kasih. Thank you.
Your comprehensive presentation. We have many things that we get from your presentation about the quality of education, SDG 4.2, also the meeting, also senior plan, CPLN recommendation and future frameworks. Many things that we get from you. I think that the participant will also understand most important early childhood education in nowadays. It's very important for us to increase the quality of education and access for our children to get the better education in the future. Thank you very much. Please give big applause to Dr. Ceccep. Now we would like to invite Prof. Dr. Sophia Hatati from the Universitas Negeri Jakarta. The floor is yours, Prof. Dr. Sophia. Please.
Yeah. Thank you very much Pak Putih. Terima kasih banyak untuk kesempatannya untuk saya. The first one, I think congratulations in 5th anniversary Ceccep. Hope you are success in now and future. The Honorable Secretariat General of Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology, especially Bapak Dr. Insinyur Haris Iskandar, SS representatif. Selamat siang Pak, kalau masih ada. And also Director of Ceccep and the whole team, especially Ibu Profesor Vina Andriani, and of course Pak Putih as a director program from Ceccep, also as moderator at now. And ladies and gentlemen, all the participants in this webinar, and I'm apologize if I can mention one by one from all of you. I think my presentation is very simple things. Allow me to share my perspective regarding ECE and SDGs in Indonesia context. I'm so sorry Pak Putih if you don't understand my English. I want to talk in bahasa, okay? Okay, the next slide. Yeah, as we know that after pandemic, many students have effect from the pandemic until in many aspects. I think like in education, health and services, and also protection and other things. But as my perspective in our policy in Indonesia about the big picture ECE in line in the SDGs goals, our government is very struggling to effort to successing about the ECE ECE education, ECE in Indonesia. We can see that this is the data based on roadmap of SDGs Indonesia from BPS, from Bappenas, yeah, the short from Statistic Indonesia. Scenario projection is calculated based on data trend from 2017, which has shown a relatively high growth, rate 2% annually. This growth number has been considered as optimistic to increase the enrollment rate at primary education level. So what I said that our government is very struggling to achieve about the ECE enrollment as well. Yeah, we can see this is the projection from our government, from Indonesia government. How ECE can success in 2030 in institution. Next slide. Based on data from Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology, our ministry, the data show that early childhood education in Indonesia in 2021 showing that 6.346 almost 65 ECE students attend in the institution, in the kindergarten, in the early child. And we have sorry, Pak Putih. I repeat in the beginning. It's okay. Okay, sorry. And this is the data from Ministry of Education about the early childhood education in Indonesia. We have most 650 ECE students. They go to ECE education, and also we have almost 500 maybe, yeah, classroom, and 187 to 11 institution, and also we have almost 700 teacher, and 700 million, ya, 669.000. And also we have 58036 village that have ECE institution. From we have 550 district in Indonesia. So it is, I think it is very successful from ECE in Indonesia. And the next slide. And we can see also, this is the data about the ECE gross enrollment rate in Indonesia since 2019 until 2021, that the gross early childhood enrollment rate in 2021 described in percentage for 3 and 5 years old and 3 and 6 years old attending in preschool. This is the yellow gross enrollment rate from 3 to 5 years old. In the 19, we have 47.65% the children attend in the school, and the 2020 almost 57.3%, and in this 2021 we decrease because the pandemic, yeah, only 47.63. This is the Indonesia data. And also from 3 and 6 years old, we have decreased until 35.59%. Yeah, based on ECE years in Indonesia during pandemic, parents tend to keep their children at home. As we know that all the parents keep their children, they didn't go to school. Almost of our school is closed, so why the percentage in attending in the school is increased. I think as you know about this. Bapak dan Ibu and ladies and gentlemen, we can go to the next slide. Yeah. What is our problem in ECE? Of course, not only in Indonesia but in the worldwide. Nearly half the number of children worldwide are not attending early childhood education services. Of course, it's common, yeah. It's mean not only in Indonesia, I think in other countries also. Third world countries like us, maybe only 1 of 5 young children were enrolled. Children from low-income families are the least.
Jumut again, Ibu.
I don't know why always mute in my computer. Yeah, I want to continue. That this the situation about the problem faced in ECE. Maybe in Indonesia also still like this. 1 of 5 young children were enrolled, but many children are not going to ECE institution. And children are hard to access ECE services because of geographical condition. In Indonesia, of course, it's like in out of Java, I think, yeah, like in Papua or Sulawesi or Sumatra, yeah. Many children in village they cannot attending in ECE institution. Low quality of ECE services such as educator are not well trained, like professor, like from other speaker from Siamil, Dr. Chris Chai. Yeah, many countries still have low quality of ECE services. Also in Indonesia, such as educator not well trained, yeah. So a big number of students in a classroom, yeah, and most of our kindergarten or our ECE, poor quality of learning environment. Like they only have a class, have a student, have a teacher, but like about the environment, material for children learn, for children play, and also the curriculum that is not related to the children needs. Sometimes in our country, many school only to adopt curriculum from others from other countries. This is the good curriculum, and someone bring to our country, and many school adopted the curriculum. Not depend about how the our children need or not. That's material or that's content in that curriculum. So I think this problem in our paradigm. for the teacher, for our institution, so also for our decision maker. Not adapted with developmentally as well, and also in our cultural. And finally, to provide quality early childhood education limit children's future by preventing them from having the opportunity to reach their full potential. It also limits the country's future, driving people of the human resources needed to reduce inequality and promote a peaceful and prosperous society. So that's why it's very important. We have to encourage our ECE as most important in our level education and in our system education. And the next, this is a report from our directorate, Indonesia Ministry of Education, supporting funding ECE program. This is the again struggling and our efforts to completely ECE education, early childhood education and care. And we can see that the number of 3 until 6 years old children who receive funding from the ministry until 72%. Yeah, I think it is very great from our ministry to funding the ECE. And also, this is the improving district in preschool before primary, more than 50%. Yeah, they involved in the school, in the class 1st grade, in the primary school. And also the ECE gross enrollment rate more than 50% in province and cities for age 3 until 6 years. So I think it is good result from our government. And also by report them, they have child development assessment level from age 5 and to 6 to achieve about the child development until 100%. We hope that it is the real of the data. And the next slide. And what is SDGs? As the mention from speaker last, the program was developed at a United Nations forum that the SDGs are comprised of 17 goals like this. We know about this, and 165 sustainable development objectives. And also, this is declassified by 193 from UN member, include our countries. And the ECE as a objective from SDGs. I think this is for goals. Yeah, this is the goal number 4. The next slide. This is the facts and finding. This is our picture about the ECE based on SDGs, based on UNICEF. that still 30% the children cannot advantage from ECE. Yeah, this is the big picture from our countries about the ECE. And also 4.5 million children, also adolescents that 7 until 18 years old, they drop out from their school. And also 55% the adolescent 15 years old cannot read well. I think they can read, but they not understand a lot of that read. And also we have 69% children cannot grade in the mathematics, low grade in the mathematics. And 1 of 3 schools, I'm so sorry, they don't have toilet, spirit toilet from women and for girls and boys. And also about the kesetaraan, still 67% in the primary school and also in the SMP, still primary school. Some of disabilities children they don't go to school. They drop out also. So this is the picture our condition about education in Indonesia. This is our homework from everyone who have responsible in education, also in decision, how to overcome this. Even though our government a lot of decision and a lot of budget have overcome this condition. And the next slide. Yes. What is the benefit SDGs from the ECE? Yeah, we can see that like Dr. Karsachai, sorry, we can see that the number one, the golden number one, eradicate poverty. Hope, yeah. ECD has been documented to be one of the most cost-effective strategies for poverty alleviation. Early in life, when the brain has the maximum capacity to develop in fullness of its complexity, children learn the skill that will help them flourish in a 21st century economy. Hope, yeah. With the program SDGs and we fulfill the ECE children to go to school, we can eradicate poverty. And also the goal of number 2, and hunger and improve nutrition. Yeah, children who receive early stimulation with nutrition supplement have better outcome than children who only receive nutrition supplement. Therapy amplifying the impact of nutrition. Furthermore, ECD intervention buffer the negative effect of stress, terribly improving absorption of nutritional intake. Yeah, as we know that very important in ECE to complete about the nutrition and also healthy services. And the goal number 3, ensure healthy life. The ECD intervention early in life set a trajectory for good lifelong health. It can lead to a lower incidence of cardiovascular and non-communicable disease and can increase well-being. With ECD, not only do children survive, they thrive. Yeah, I think this is the common statement, I think, for us, for everyone, to how to protect our child, how to protection child in their home or in the school, like in ECE institution. And the next slide. And the goal for ensure lifelong learning. Learning begins at birth, of course. We agree that. ECD intervention have proven to be the foundation for later learning. Yeah, academic success and productivity. Yeah, we know that ECE is very benefit for in the future our nation, as a study on increasing preschool enrollment in 73 countries found higher future wages until $17 to $17 invested. It's indicate potential long-term benefit ranging from $11 US US dollar. So how come we hard to the good easy? And goal 5, achieve gender equality. The nexus between early childhood development and women economic empowerment is clear. Greater investment in high quality and affordable children care, child care, is linked together to greater opportunities for women economic advantage and empowerment. Yeah, and the goal 8, promote decent work for all. Adequate childcare is a critical element of the decent work agenda. Investment in professionalization of the early childhood workforce contribute to full and productive employment, especially for women. And the next, just to read, yeah. Reduce inequality within and among countries. Inequality often begin before birth. ECD is a power to equalizer. We hope. The first few years of child life offer a window of opportunity, provide intervention that can close the inequality gap between children born into disadvantage and those born with many advantages. Children who receive ECD services earn up to 25% more as adults compared with children who did not receive the services and almost catch up in earning to their non-disadvantaged peer. And the next one, make cities and human settlement inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. ECD required space that have sustainable, natural, and biophilic features, thereby providing the entry point for cities and human settlement. And ensure sustainable consumption. Attitude toward conservation and behavioral practices that will preserve the environment. What children learn early lasts and lifetime. Yeah. And the next slide. This is the statement, I think. The promote peaceful societies. Early childhood intervention have the potential to promote healthy neurobiology, foster resilience in children, and instill value and behaviors that can reduce violence and promote peace. ECD intervention have been shown to lead to lower rate of violence in the home and greater social cohesion in communities. Of course, if the ECE is the good ECE, I think we can protect about bullying and other victim, I think. And the last, strengthen the means of implementation. Measurement of early childhood development at global, regional, and national level can serve as a powerful tool to revitalize global partnership. I think this is from UNICEF, multiple indicator cluster survey, provide population level data that is suitable to measure target for its SDGs. Yeah, we hope Indonesia can provide it. And the next slide. How to improving our quality of early childhood education? I think, again, we back to research. Again, research to support the enhancement of quality in early childhood education program and learning outcome in education. Based on research, we can improve our early childhood. And also expanding access to early childhood education and care services and strengthens quality preschool and kindergarten education. Yeah, of course that we have in the future our kindergarten, our early childhood education and care more to high quality, so everyone care to improve the quality our ECE. And reduce the education inequality at all community level, like masyarakat yang beruntung dan masyarakat yang tidak beruntung, begitu. We can reduce ECE, yeah, for who have community is high level and low level is the same in education, especially in early childhood. Yeah, they can access everyone. They can access to ECE. And also involving education facilities, children friendly and supporting all children inclusiveness. Yeah. Again, we have to support our facilities education, especially in early childhood, in quantity or quality, also an appropriateness with the children, and also with the old, yeah, with they old. And the next. And just quote, I'm from the World Bank, yeah, that our government makes 2 years of primary education compulsory and create a roadmap to achieve this by 2030. The first priorities and targets funding to ensure children most excluded from ECD services can complete the 2 years requirement. Also increase public funding to ECE and seek alternative innovative approaches to funding. Yeah, we are respectful of our government for this. And also socialization to campaign to stimulate registration of ECD services and higher enrollment. Yeah, how come we can support this regulation? And the next slide. And this is the Indonesia government policies by Bappenas. that until 2022 and 2024, they have strategy to improving the access and quality of early childhood education services with arising the local government commitment to carry out of early childhood education and also quality improvement of early childhood education. Yeah, I think this is the mandatory for the district government to carry out about the early childhood. And also increasing the education budget fulfillment. Yeah, we know which is the funding is still few, but we have struggling to fulfillment of the budget to supporting ECE. In accordance with the regulation and improving the education budget spending effectiveness, so the budget is optimally used in improving access, quality, relevant, and competitiveness of educational services. Yeah, I society from industry to support our educational budget. And also improving the access and quality of early childhood education services, raising the local government commitment. Yeah, in 2024, I think the same. Yeah, and the last, improving the quality of the management of teacher and educators. I think this is to achieve in. Now we have started to revitalization of LPTK, like universities of education, like Ceccep, yeah, like our for university, especially for education, setting up the mechanism new teacher, yeah, how distribute the teacher in many districts. Yeah. Also equitable distribution of teacher among unit, among region, and strengthening and school or out. This is the effort from our government. Hope it is we can the policy can to realize. And the next one. Now, this is my conclusion in the or my summary, that early childhood education services play an important role to develop children's need and learning through play. And ECE will affect Indonesia human resources quality in the future. In line with SDGs goals, Indonesia has overcome the quality of the ECE program and services in many aspects, even though still some limitation we have about the ECE. And Indonesian government has established law and policies supporting from for SDGs. I think that's all. I'm so sorry if my sharing is very simple. And I think from all the people it's nothing, but we hope it is useful for me especially and for my colleagues as well. Thank you very much.
the development of ECCE in Indonesia, and finding 30% of the children cannot beneficial from the ECCE, and also many SDG that you can share with us. We would like to provide the floor, the question and answer from our floor we go to, and from our participants from online also can ask the question. So we give two questions, one from the floor and one from the online. Please, who want to ask? Ada yang tanya dari online dan dari offline? Kepada siapa? Tolong disebutkan nama dan institusinya. Dan
Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum. Halo.
Waalaikumsalam.
Ayo, Profesor Sofia. Ayo. The moderator, please. Maybe I have the question. I am Denny Darmawan, maybe represented from Pak Rektor UPI. We are sorry not present in destination at Jayagiri because we are have the others activity in campus. Maybe I have a question, please, to Professor Sophia Hartati. The first question, maybe I want to know how about supporting the educational technology in early childhood education, how to be created, and how to collaborate it between the central of education early childhood in other area. I mean from different province, different district, because in Indonesia have not some island. And the second question about the regulation, how to apply the regulation about the online distance learning, like from a CML program on 27 years ago in Indonesia have developed open distance learning project. Now, maybe if we are a pandemic COVID in Indonesia, needed to be clear and needed to be developed with collaboration about the yes, I think like a community distance learning between early childhood education center and the all practices or community like parenting and maybe educational technology like to supporting about that program. Maybe to a question from Denny Darmawan as presented Pak Rektor Profesor Muhammad Solehuddin MPDMA, and I want to say congratulations for the director of CMEO Ceccep, Profesor Vina Adrianti. I'm sorry, maybe. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Please, Dr. Sophia, please, your answer.
Alright Pak Denny, barangkali saya mendingan ngomong bahasa Indonesia kalau dengan Pak Denny, barangkali ya untuk menjelaskan biar gampang.
Mangga Bu, bahasa Sunda aja boleh.
Ya, tadi bagaimana penerapan IT ya, IT untuk ECE dan
Ya.
dan memastikan kolaborasi antar wilayah ya, antar provinsi ya, kalau tidak salah saya tangkap.
Oh, betul.
Ya, it is my opinion ya Pak Denny about the IT in early childhood education.
Yes.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah. Again, IT for ECE is still semi-important, I think. You know, because the ECE need to hands-on activity, but for training teacher and also parent, we need the IT. Yeah, how to collaborate in other province to do it. Again, we need support from the decision maker from every province to spend money, to spend program, to support this this condition. If the supporting based on the central government, I think it's very hard. Yeah. So I think we need the collaboration pusat daerah ya, to collaboration antar daerah dan pemerintah pusat untuk bersama-sama mensupport pelatihan guru, penyediaan IT di berbagai lembaga. Very lot of number our institution. So it's very hard to supporting them. Very big money, I think. Yeah. But it must be to realization from our government. Jadi pemerintah pusat daerah harus kerjasama dalam menerapkan IT untuk pengembangan pendidikan mulai dari early childhood. Sekalipun untuk early childhood-nya jangan dibiarkan sepenuhnya menggunakan IT. But blended learning I think is most possible to conduct teaching learning in ECE. Nah, demikian Pak Denny kalau pendapat saya. Dan the next one penerapan apa tadi? Mohon maaf. Regulasi?
Ya, Bu.
Penerapan regulasi tentang ini atau tentang sorry?
Yeah, because the regulation about the open distance learning have expired on 2018. Ya, di 2018 lalu itu sempat tidak diberlakukan yang namanya open distance learning ini.
For?
Ya, begitu pandemik, ya ini dibutuhkan sekali begitu, Bu.
Yeah, I think distant learning we still need about the distant learning, Pak Denny, especially for like our institution ya, higher education, maybe also not primary, I think SMA ke atas lah, SMA ke atas, SMA especially with the material for supporting them, just material like in the LMS Learning Management System untuk di sekolah-sekolah mungkin dibutuhkan. But we still need to face-to-face condition in teaching and learning process, especially from from ECE until SMA. It is according to me, because they need the role model from the teacher, from everyone who have handled them in the school. Also the how to set up environment so they can learn about how to habitation discipline, how to respect each others, and so on.
Okay.
Yeah, but for the higher education, it's not problem to distant learning, I think. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Sophia. And I have read in a chat from Mr. Erwin, maybe. Mr. Erwin, yeah, this is a good opinion that how to collaboration between Simeo Ceccep, yeah, institution need to collaboration with the Simeo Simolek, yeah, Simeo Simolek. For the next years, maybe we are create one RUU, because in RUU Sisdiknas, this is bias, it's not clear, yeah, not explicit in our RUU Sisdiknas. Yeah, especially early childhood education development center. Yeah, if we have the regulation for to collaborative between Simeo Ceccep and Simeo Simolek, this is a good program for to be support SDG. Yeah, maybe we are let's to create this appointment to yeah, MOU between Simeo Ceccep and Simeo Simolek. Yeah, maybe itu Professor Sophia and the other audience. Thank you very much for this time. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. We have another question from this online. The question talking about the early child education. I wonder there were less di kelas itu tidak ada anak laki-laki, kebanyakan anak perempuan. So less male students, especially in playgroup and kindergarten. To speak frankly, I never see male students at all. And I think the children need the role model not only from the female but from the male teacher also. Jadi guru-guru pun itu banyak ibu-ibu. Jadi bagaimana kita bisa role model sebagai male, di student juga banyak perempuannya Bu. Jadi pertanyaannya bagaimana kita bisa ya mungkin gendernya harus ditingkatkan untuk dalam kelas juga gurunya.
Untuk saya,
untuk Ibu pertanyaan dari Yani Andriani kepada Ibu Sophia.
Sorry Pak, tidak terlalu jelas tadi ininya. Kebanyakan guru perempuan di OCE.
Pertanyaan bahwa dia tidak pernah lihat ada di dalam kelas itu playgroup atau kindergarten itu tidak ada perempuan. Kebanyakannya tidak ada laki-lakinya, male. Dan ya. Guru pun kebanyakan guru ibu-ibu, jadi enggak. Bagaimana untuk mengatasi masalah itu karena role model tidak hanya dari female saja, harus dari male juga.
Okay, Pak. Okay. Yeah, this is the big problem in our culture, I think, Pak Putih. Yeah, most of the male they don't want to join in ECE as a teachers. Maybe not they don't want about the not in institution, but I think it is in the income. Maybe if the government give the income, high income for the teacher, I think most of the men of the male want to join in the ECE institution. I think the one first. And the second one, I think the government have to stimulate in the regulation like scholarship and also offering as a PNS or high position in the ECE area, I think. Yeah. As a teacher only for 5 years or 10 years, and after that he can become as a supervisor or other things as the high position. It is the how to give stimulation for the male to join in the ECE program, I think, as a teacher. That's all, Pak.
We would like also invite the first speaker, Dr. Rita Chai, mentioned about how to promote the gender in the playgroup or kindergarten, and also about the ECE teachers. Mostly our ECE teachers are female. So, Dr. Rita Chai, you still with us? Okay, Dr. Indra is not with us anymore.
I don't know in other country in ASEAN, CMO members.
I have one case in Myanmar when we provide training to the teachers. 30 participants are all female. Only our trainer is male, 3 from senior Samoa. I asking where's the male working, because they answer to me, the male don't like to teach. So at that time we conducting the training in Tiwaulin, the north of Myanmar. So maybe the same with the culture with Indonesia. When I see the female working on the road construction, they bring many stone, and then I ask where the male, they say the male don't like working like this. So in Myanmar, maybe the culture is mostly women working.
Yeah, I think in the worldwide, Pak Putih, most of the teacher in primary ECE until to primary, most of women, I think, in the worldwide. I have heard this information from my colleagues from Australia, also Europe, America. Yeah, only women interesting to join in the teacher works, I think. Also in my faculty in UNJ, most of my student is a women, Pak Putih.
Okay, we would like to say thank you very much to Prof. Dr. Hatati, Sophia Hatati, for your contribution and presentation, the comprehensive presentation, data from Indonesian side. I think we conclude our international webinar. I then turn over to the MC for the program. Please. Please provide applause to Dr. Sophia Hatati.
Baik, terima kasih Pak Putih, luar biasa. Terima kasih juga kepada para narasumber, resource person kita. Yang pertama Dr. Ceccep dan juga Profesor Dr. Sophia Hatati, MSc. Baik, sebelum menginjak pada acara berikutnya, ada pemberian sertifikat secara simbolis kepada 2 narasumber. Mohon ditampilkan. Kebetulan Pak Ceccep sudah live dari grup, tidak apa-apa, dari Zoom. Ya, baik. Ini secara simbolis kami berikan kepada para narasumber kita. Terima kasih, kita berikan aplaus. Oke. Ini untuk yang untuk berikan dari Dr. Ceccep dan yang berikutnya adalah Profesor Dr. Sophia Hatati, MSc. Baik, terima kasih. Baik, kita akan lanjutkan ke kegiatan kita selanjutnya. Ini merupakan acara penutupan daripada CMO Ceccep 5th Anniversary International Webinar Early Childhood Care Education and Sustainable Development Growth yang akan disampaikan oleh Dr. Elis Rosjawati. Oke, sebelum itu ternyata ada iklan, ada pengumuman terkait dengan sertifikat. Mohon disimak. Silakan.
Thank you, Pak Bajia. For those who are joined online and who participate in the international webinar, there is a certificate that you can access. Okay, there is a link evaluation, link mastery, and link certificate. So please don't forget to capture this, and you can check the link for get the certificate, the mastery, and the evaluation as well. Thank you.
Baik, oke, selesai. Oke, untuk link sertifikatnya silakan diakses. Baik, kita lanjutkan ke acara berikutnya terkait dengan penutupan acara webinar kita yang akan disampaikan oleh Dr. Elis Rosjawati MPD. Beliau merupakan Deputi Direktur Pro Administratif dari CMOCC. Untuk waktu dan tempat, silakan.
A very good afternoon. The Honorable Director of Senior Regional Center for Early Childhood Care Education and Parenting, Professor Pina Adriani, MD, PhD. Honorable Pak Haristif Kandar, PhD, representing the Secretary General of the Education, Culture, Research and Technology Republic of Indonesia, Board of Director of 7 Senior Center in Indonesia. We have here offline Bapak Dr. Zulham Zahimran, the Director of Senior Biosro, and also Ibu Dr. Indrawati, the Director of Senior Ceccep in Science, and then also Bapak Dr. Tumas Biono, the Director Dr. Montaruddin Mansur, the Director of Senior Rec Fund. And also my fellow DBA, Bapak Dr. Ceccep, and also Ibu Dr. Farida Nur Hasana, the Deputy Director for Program of Senior Ceccep in Mathematics. Our respective advisory board of Senior Ceccep. Here we have Dr. Dwi Priyono MAD. In our auditorium, and also we have got in Senior Hendarman MSc PhD, and he is also serving as the Kepala Pusat of Pusat Penguatan Karakter di Kementerian Republik Pendidikan dan Kebudayaan, Riset dan Teknologi Republik Indonesia. And also I would like to address our advisor, our senior Ceccep governing board member. Here we have got online the governing board member from Singapore, which is Miss Caroline Tseng, and also DG member from Cambodia, Mr. Prakosal, and also DG member from Brunei Darussalam, Miss Nursusilawati. Our respective speaker and research person. Here we have got Dr. Chris Satai Samsaman, and unfortunately, Dr. Mo, that's how we address him, have to leave us earlier because he has to prepare, he's very busy in preparing CDM for tomorrow. Yeah, and also Professor Dr. Sophia Harpati, MSc from UMJ. Distinguished partners from UPI, UMB, and also I know that there are some team from OKU and also OI and also from Dinas Pendidikan Kota Bogor, and then a representative from IGTKI, Tim Paudi and Igra, and also ladies and gentlemen. I think finally we come to the very end session of our today's program, which is the closing ceremony of Senior Ceccep 5th anniversary. So I'm very honored to address each one of you now. In this very occasion, I would like to extend our sincerely gratitude to all of you for spending your valuable time, physically attend or virtually join our celebration, including the international webinar. It is also our honor my honor to, on behalf of the Director of the Regional Center for Early Childhood Care Education and Parenting, to express our brief expression to express our deep appreciation to Pak Haris PhD, Pak Haris Iskandar PhD, representing Ibu Suhakti PhD, the Secretary General of the MOCFP, and Pak Haris is the founding father of Senior Ceccep. And also, we would like to thank you very much to our Board of Directors of 7 Regional Center of Indonesia for coming here and supporting us today, and also for our special guest, Dwi Priyono. Dwi Priyono is also as our advisory board, and also the previous director of Senior Ceccep. Thank you very much for coming, Pak Dwi. Also, we would like to thank Senior Ceccep Governing Board member, advisory board, and also my special thank you goes to the speaker, which is Dr. Krista Chai Somsaman from CMS, and also Dr. Sophia Hartati MSc from UNJ. And also appreciation also goes to Ceccep staff for really great job to make this event possible. So ladies and gentlemen, I highly expect that everyone in Ceccep could benefit much from this 5th anniversary and try the best effort to improve the quality of early childhood care education and parenting in Indonesia and in the region. So thank you very much. Once again, we are looking forward to seeing you again in another occasion in a better setting. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Ibu Alice, for closing remarks. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move to the next event. It's our 5th anniversary celebration. We're having like some announcements, and also we have like some celebration activities as well. And for your information, yesterday we have a sport competitions, the UNCRS centers in Indonesia. We have a futsal competitions and also badminton competitions. The competition is really nice and good, yeah, Bapak. So I think I have to check first if all the
sampai kemudian mengadakan lomba yang tadi salah satu
when we have also one video that we are going to play. It's about our Ceccep journey for these 5 years. So while we're waiting, it's very honor for us to have all of you here for us together celebrating our anniversary. And I want to check if any representative from teams that would join and participate in yesterday's competition. Is all the representation here? Maybe we can like invite all of them to join.
Ya, dipersilakan untuk para kontingen, dipersilakan masuk. Mari, silakan. Inilah dia kontingen yang kemarin sudah. Ya, silakan menempati tempat dulu terlebih dahulu. Silakan. Baik. Wah, luar biasa. Silakan. Para atlet yang kemarin sudah bertanding, Baik, silakan. Baik, sebelum penyerahan trofi dan piala, kita akan saksikan bersama-sama tentang video kaleidoskop.
Is the video ready for the
Ya.
achievement?
Sini.
Okay, welcome our representative of the contingent. Thank you for coming today. Okay, so this is the video achievement of Ceccep. Please enjoy. So yesterday, besides the sport competition,
Oke, ya, demikianlah sekilas kegiatan yang kemarin sudah dilakukan terkait dengan workshop penggambaran anak-anak. Ya, kita lanjutkan ke penyerahan trofi dan piala untuk kegiatan kemarin olahraga.
yeah, I think this is the most anticipated event for some of us here, the competition winner announcement.
Oke, baik. Untuk yang pertama, kejuaraan bulu tangkis putri. Untuk juara kedua dari Ceccep, silakan tampil ke depan perwakilan atau mau semua timnya boleh. Ya, berdua ya. Oke, dan ini akan diserahkan oleh PIC kegiatan, Bapak Irfan, silakan. Pak Irfan, oke.
Ya, pemenang kedua si Arkis, silakan maju ke depan.
Oke,
Sendiri kan?
Sendiri saja.
Sendiri, padahal mana-mana ganda ya Pak ya. Iya, oke. Oke, penyerahannya mungkin sekarang sekalian keduanya ya Dan. Pemenang utamanya, pemenang pertamanya ada dari Ceccep.
Silakan perwakilannya.
Dari Ceccep.
Ada perwakilan?
Ada perwakilannya?
Tidak ada. Oh, belum ada. Oke, ada yang mewakili.
Ada mungkin yang mewakili, ada yang bisa mewakili dari Ceccep.
Pak Opa mewakili. Oke, baik.
Baik, kalau tidak ada, saya akan mempersilahkan mengundang Ibu Direktur Rosina untuk menjelaskan trofinya. Trofi dan medali ya.
Oh.
Ya, ada mungkin yang bisa mewakili Saya Molek. Siapa yang bisa mewakili Saya Molek ya?
Pak Putih, pokoknya mantan Saya Molek. Betul. Pak Putih silakan.
Oh, Bapak dulu bisa Molek ya, Pak ya?
Bapak dulu bisa Molek.
Boleh? Silakan.
Baik, silakan. Jangan lupa foto. Oke, berikan aplaus. Oke, yang berikutnya adalah piala bergilir bulu tangkis dari Ceccep ya. Untuk putri. Tapi yang menerimanya Pak Putri. Gak apa-apa. Keterwakilan lembaga, ya Pak Putri. Oke, dokumentasinya siap. Oke, terima kasih. Oke, silakan kembali ke tempat. Baik, terima kasih.
Baik, sekarang selanjutnya bulu tangkis putra. Pemenang kedua adalah
dari ada yang merasa merasa menang. Dari kedua dari Biotrop A.
Biotrop grup A.
Bulu tangkis Biotrop boleh perwakilan atau semuanya boleh. Oke.
Berdua
ya. Oke, silakan. Oke, untuk yang sekaligus saja untuk pemenang pertama ya atau oke, piala pertama itu dari Sikis A. Oke, nah ternyata ini adalah piala bergilir dari Biotrop dari mulai tahun 2018, begitu ya? Oke, ini adalah piala bergilir untuk bulu tangkis ini. Kami mohonkan Pak Zul untuk bisa menyerahkan karena ini dulunya dari Biotrop. Piala bergilir dulu untuk yang kedua. Oke, yang kedua dulu. Oke, sama saja. Baik, ini yang kedua dulu Pak. Oke, siap. Kedua dari oke, penyerahan medalinya. Oke, cuman bukan memasukkan perunggu ini. Nah, itu trofinya. Sip, oke. Nah, yang oke sudah sip. Nah, ini sekaligus dari Pak Direktur diserahkan medalinya dulu, boleh. Untuk juara pertama. Ya, keren. Oke, profilnya saya satu orang. Nah, ini piala bergilir dari Biotrop ini, ya bergilir sekarang jatuh ke teman-teman kita di ya. Oke, sudah selesai didokumentasikan. Terima kasih. Silakan. Belum afdol. Silakan. Baik, terima kasih. Silakan kembali. Berikutnya adalah futsal putri, ya. Futsal putri, ya. Banyak kan ya. Mudah-mudahan hadir semua ya. Untuk juara kedua dari Ceccep. Ya, tuan rumah nih untuk putri juara. Mohon pertanyaan satu-satu aja ya. Oke, boleh silakan
yang merasa
diwakili lagi. Masa tuan rumah diwakili, silakan. Oke, ada lagi? Perasaan ada 5. Iya.
Teman-teman yang main kemarin boleh maju semuanya.
Yang main, silakan. Termasuk Mbak Fatimah pemainnya. Silakan dulu. Nggak masalah. Yang penting pemain. Silakan berjejer di depan. Baik, silakan. Nah, mohon izin kesediaannya Pak Muhtar dari Respon mohon untuk bisa menyerahkan medali dan pialanya. Baik, silakan medalinya. Woi, tim, silakan. Ini satu tim. Geser ke sebelah kiri boleh, geser ke sebelah kiri boleh. Ya, geser, please, biar nanti dokumentasinya cek. Baik, medali terlebih dahulu, Pak Muhtar, mohon kesediaannya untuk diberikan. Oke. Oh, ada berapa orang? 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 8. Oke, wah, juara kita. Juara kedua. Ya. Oke. Pesertanya 2. Pasal tahu. Iya. Iya, betul. Baik, sekarang untuk penyerahan trofi. Ya, boleh berpakaian saja. Sip, berikan. Oke, silakan bagian dokumentasi untuk mengabadikan momen ini. Tim futsal Putri Ceccep. Oke, terima kasih. Silakan kembali tempatnya.
Kita beralih ke juara pertama, futsal putri yang sudah kita tunggu-tunggu karena kemarin hanya ada 2 tim ya. Kita tahu menang uniform ya. 1 dan 2. Oke, untuk futsal putri kita panggil Siki sebagai juara 1.
Oke, silakan untuk maju ke depan. Kode atau hanya berdua? Oh, perwakilan. Oke, tidak apa-apa. Baik, sekarang undang Pak Murdiono. Oke, dari Pak Sumardiono. Oke, dari kita matematik ya. Oke, mohon kesediaannya Bapak untuk memberikan medali dan piala. Ya. Pakai rumus kalau dari matematik. Ya. Ini juga piala bergilir gitu ya. Ini juga piala bergilir dari Ceccep tahun depan atau nanti bisa diperebutkan kembali ya. Oke, untuk pialanya. Siap untuk didokumentasikan. Oke, Pak Mustafa. Oke, luar biasa. Berikan aplaus untuk para juara. Silakan untuk kembali ke tempat. Ayo, oke. Sip, mantap. Oke, berikutnya untuk futsal putra. Ya.
Yang sangat ini ya, kemarin sore kayaknya luar biasa.
Berdarah-darah kemarin ya, sampai mati. Baik, kita pastikan juaranya adalah
yang paling banyak kontingennya.
Yang paling banyak kontingen.
Kepada Diantrop sebagai juara 2, silakan.
Diantrop, silakan untuk maju ke depan. Boleh, Putri. Oh, keren, oh, juara. Ya.
Kita sebelah sini. Baik, terima kasih. Baik, kami akan mengundang Ibu Elis mungkin untuk bisa memberikan
medali dan juga piala. Ya. Oke. Oke. Oh Baik. Iya Bu. Lawan berat Ceccep Bu. Oh. Ada musik ada. Iya. Full tim ini kemarin yang sudah bertanding. Oke, nah untuk pialanya Bunda, oke, pialanya diberikan ke perwakilan, siap, dan untuk diabadikan, didokumentasikan. Oke, Pak Mustafa, silakan. Baik, terima kasih. Silakan kembali ke tempat. Oh iya betul dengan Bapak. Yang ngajakin Bapak. Ya siap. Boleh. Oke, luar biasa. Selamat. Oke, silakan kembali ke tempat. Terima kasih. Nah, inilah dia juara puncaknya ya. Ya, kami panggilkan juara pertama putra. Ceccep. Silakan ke depan. Oke, full tim. Oke.
Boleh, Bapak-bapak.
Baik, silakan. Kemarin sudah berdarah-darah ya. Berdarah-darah kemarin. Silakan geser ke sebelah kiri. Oke, dan mohon perkenannya Ibu Indrawati untuk bisa memberikan medali dan pialanya. Baik. Medalinya. Ini atlet segala Bu. Ya, melakukan panitia yang juga peserta juga ya, atlet. Ya, oke. Medalinya cukup. Ya. Oke. Lanjutkan. Oke. 9 personil. Iya. Untuk mendokumentasikan karena Pak Mustafa adalah atletnya. Ini sekalian untuk jalannya mohon berkenan untuk diberikan. Ini juga piala tergilir dari Ceccep, tapi karena itu yang awalnya ini dari Ceccep. Oke, didokumentasikan. Oke. Indra boleh di tengah. Boleh di tengah Bu Indranya. Silakan dokumentasikan kembali. Sudah maju boleh, Mbak Tiara. Sip, kekejar. Sip. Ayo. Masuk ya. Mungkin boleh perhatian, boleh Pak Budi juga sekalian. Boleh. Wah ini pencapaian yang luar biasa ini. Kemarin perjuangannya Bu. Silakan. Oke. Termasuk WOT-nya. Oke, kalau dua Ceccep ya. Oke, baik, terima kasih. Selamat kepada pemenang pertama futsal putra. Baik,
Ya, baik, terima kasih banyak kepada ibu semuanya. Pemberian hadiah sudah selesai. Kita akan beralih ke kegiatan selanjutnya. Kegiatan selanjutnya adalah selebrasi simbolis pemotongan tumpeng yang akan dilakukan oleh Ceccep dalam rangka ulang tahun ke-5 Ceccep. Mungkin minta tolong dulu teman-teman.
Ya, oke, kita akan bawakan simbolis kita tumpeng. Ya. Baik, mohon berkenan Bu Bina. Bu Bina sekalian ada yang akan disampaikan terlebih dahulu terkait dengan hari ulang tahun kita. Oke. Pemotongan, silakan.
Baik, mungkin tadi saja untuk sambutan. Mungkin saya mengundang Bapak Direktur yang lama tadi untuk maju ke depan dan perwakilan dari Ceccep. Mungkin yang kedua Bapak untuk perwakilan komunitas.
Jamrut. Yarin, Jamrut.
Baik. Oke, sekarang akan dilakukan pemotongan tumpeng oleh
Jamrut ya.
Tongkar boleh nanti pagi boleh? Ya, benar. Silahkan. Mohon maaf ya Pak Zul. Boleh silakan Ibu Tina untuk melakukan tempat.
ya. Oke, kita akan bersama-sama bernyanyi selamat ulang tahun. Baik, untuk kembali kue ulang tahunnya, ya, selamat, ya. Baik. Ya. Baik, diserahkan ke Pak Osar. Oke. Terima kasih. Dokumentasikan. Oke, selanjutnya sudah. Oke, berfoto bersama. Baik, sudah. Sudah. Oh, ya, informasi. Baik, terima kasih. Ini boleh. Kemudian selamat dan belajar direktur Center di Indonesia. Begitu. Terima kasih.
Baik, ladies and gentlemen, with this event, we are going to close the 5th Anniversary. Thank you for those who are joining online. We are going to see you soon again in the next event, sahabat Ceccep. Terima kasih. Kami undur diri, Fatimah Rahmah.
Dan saya dulu aja.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Baik. Baik, untuk selanjutnya, Ibu dan Bapak sekalian, dipersilakan di luar sana sudah ada makanan, bisa kita santap bersama. Dipersilakan. Ya, semuanya dipersilakan.